Okay, this video is going to focus on the third of the major external influences. The first two we've looked at have been economic and financial. Now going to focus on geographic and how there are geography or geographic factors are an external influence, so an influence over which a business has no control and which may have an impact on the ultimate success and profitability of a particular business. We're going to focus on two main factors that have had an impact on Australia's business activity from a geographic perspective, and the first one is our proximity to Asia and the emerging economies of China and India. Undoubtedly, Australia has been able to benefit from our location and from where we're situated in proximity to the Asian region, and that geographic advantage has definitely been a key influence on businesses being able to grow their profits in many key industries. It can, however, at the same time provide challenging business opportunities in relation to expansion of the business, the sales of the business and the profit. And also, I should say that often that what might look like a fantastic opportunity for some businesses has often turned out to be quite a challenging opportunity, and one that has presented many key risks that weren't really identified at the start. Businesses like News Corp and Fairfax, as just an example of two businesses, are increasingly outsourcing some of their work, their graphic design or their editing, to places like the Philippines, which have lower labour costs, and therefore it's cheaper to do that, cheaper to outsource those functions to those areas. We've spoken a lot in class about education and its importance as an export. And this is just highlighting that point, this graph down here in the bottom left, that how significant education is becoming as part of our overall export offering. Iron ore and coal are still the leaders, but education is quickly catching up. And over on the right-hand side here, there's a reference to an example, a newspaper article that was published recently talking about the explosion in the amount of income that's been generated by universities in Australia exporting our education services. I think it was it says here $10 billion to the New South Wales economy just in 2017. The second major external influence in the context of geography is our demographics. Demography, as I think you will understand from your geography lessons, is the study of particular features of the population and they're in relation to population, age, sex, income, cultural background. For example, changes in these demographies or demographic factors can lead to the changing needs of customers and also can provide opportunities for businesses. The baby boomers, those born post-World War II, so 1946 to 1964, they're getting to the point now where they're reaching retirement age, and that's going to have a significant consequence, but it also provides an opportunity for businesses that they could take advantage of, in the sense that businesses that are in the area of aged care providing, for example, providing aged care facilities can take advantage of that, but at the same time it means that the changes to our demography means that there's going to be a large number of workers who are retiring in the near future, and that could place pressure on businesses in the context of finding staff to work at that particular business. In addition to those two factors, you've also got the physical location of Australia, and given our location, we are subject at times to things like extreme flooding, to droughts and to cyclones. And I've got just a couple of headlines from back in 2011 when Cyclone Yassi, big cyclone, went through North Queensland and wiped out most of our banana crops. That had a significant impact on both the banana farmers themselves, as their crops were wiped out. They had to lay off staff, and they had to wait until the next year effectively to receive any income from the sale of their next crop. But it also had an impact on those businesses who needed that as an input. So if you're a cafe and you make banana smoothies, you need to buy bananas. Suddenly you're paying $15 a kilo, whereas the week before you were paying $3 a kilo. So that has a knock-on effect in terms of that geographic influence, has a knock-on effect and therefore will ultimately increase the profit of those particular businesses. Okay, in the next video I'll focus on social